Hey you guys, it's me Kianna coming at you today. And I'm coming at you with my wig cap on and just wanted to share a naked moment, a raw moment with you guys. And I hope that you guys receive it with my intentions. Um you guys have already seen the video that I told you guys I have something going on with my health. I'm not comfortable with revealing exactly what that is, but as I told you guys before, it is something serious, but it is not related to my weight loss surgery. I'm going to repeat that. It is not related to my weight loss surgery. And it's crazy how I was on my way to dying, you guys. I was 475 pounds. Yeah, at my highest weight, I was 475 pounds. And, a lot of people have things to say. A lot of people say that they are at risk with weight loss surgery. A lot of people say that it's not a risk that they're worth taking or worth taking. But I say it's a 100% risk. 100% risk in being 475 pounds. I say that it is a risk that I no longer wanted to take. Sure, it may be some issues you may have, whether it's temporary or long term after having weight loss surgery. That is an option. That is something that is a percentage. But a 100% rate of death due to obesity or due from obesity issues, related issues, at 475 pounds. That is a 100% risk. Well, how can I say that and how do I know? It's simple. I'll ask you a question that you just take a moment and think about, and then you'll have your answer. You'll know why I can make that statement. You'll know why that statement is accurate. The question is, how many 65-year-old people do you see that is severely, morbidly obese? Meaning that they are 450, 475, 500, 550, 600. How many of those people do you see that actually say, I'm 65 years old today? How many people? Now, sure, we're not going to see everybody, but how many people do you see on TV? How many people do you see on the internet? How many people do you see in nursing homes? How many people do you see in hospitals? Are they in hospitals with the people that have had issues with weight loss surgery? Do you see them amongst those people? How many people in your real life, everyday life, do you see that are 65 years old and are teeter-totting between 450, 475, 500, 600 pounds? The answer is you don't see it. And it's a reason for that. The reason is they don't live to see 65. If you look at the studies and you actually know the facts, you'll know that they don't live to be 65. And that is why you don't see it. One of the number one killers is obesity-related fatalities. One of the number one killers. It's not weight loss surgery. It's not complications from weight loss surgery. It's not having a bad surgery. It's none of those things. That's not the number one killer. But what is dying from obesity related issues. Dying because your heart gave out. Dying because you're a diabetic. Dying because your pressure went up and so high that you had a stroke. These are facts. These are facts that all of us should know. And if you don't know them, I'm pretty sure that you can Google them. We're all competent adults. And the chances are so much greater living at that weight, if you want to call it living at that weight, versus trying to save your life and having weight loss surgery. And yes, facing the percentage that something may go wrong, but then again, it may not. But again, the percentage is so far and so much greater with staying at 475 pounds like I was. I find that with myself as well, it's not a huge issue getting weight off. Sure, it's a struggle, but it can be done. The major issue, and the issue that I had, was keeping it off, because another fact is it's not healthy losing and gaining, losing and gaining, losing and gaining. It's not good for your heart. Again, these are facts. These are things that we all, as competent adults, can find these studies to prove everything I'm saying. That's not healthy either. So you're faced with, do I continue to live, again, if you want to call it that, at this unhealthy, unnormal weight that is certainly hitting to death? Do I attempt to do it on my own, lose the weight, have my heart like this, gain the weight, have my heart going like this, lose the weight, have my heart going like this, gain the weight, have my heart going like this? See, that up and down, it's not great. That's a huge jolt to your heart. So do I continue to do that? And the reason why I say that is because I have proven to myself and just living the way I was that is the reality for me. Again, I could get weight off. I've done that several times. And that's my point. That's why I know that weight loss surgery was for me, because I have done it several times. But I've also gained it back and then some several times. And that told me that my free will of making the right decisions long term for me, I did not have the ability to do that. So that's why I had to get my free will taken away from me and actually get a portion of my stomach removed, which forces me to only be able to consume a normal amount, a healthy amount. As for me, I'm not even able to consume that because of some other issues I'm having right now. So actually it's kind of ironic, but I actually need more calories. My doctor has been working on me to get more in because I'm actually, again, not related to the weight loss surgery, but I'm having serious medical issues right now. So because of that, I'm not able to even get in what people would consider a normal amount. But I say this to you. And again, I say this because it needs to be said. At 475 pounds that I walked around happy. Yes, I was, because I know who I am. I know whose I am. I also know the storm that God has taken me through. My value wasn't in my flesh, so therefore, even despite excessive amounts of flesh, I was still happy. I still had joy. I didn't allow my happenings to define my happiness. So therefore, I was still Kianna. I still had joy. I didn't walk around with my head held down. I had self-esteem at 475 pounds, just as I have it today, at an extreme weight loss that I've done, and still going, and still have many more to go. But I did still walk around 475 pounds, hitting on the road to death. I still was only able to get around like a 60-year-old person. I still was limited on what I can do with my children. I still was limited physically on choices I would make to experience certain things because I knew I wouldn't fit in the seat. Or I knew that before we went somewhere, I had on my mind, is there going to be seating adequate for me? Will the seating hold me? Cookouts, family events, these things as we're driving to the event were constantly on my mind. I was 30-something years old, and I had to live that way. The thing is, I didn't have to live that way. And that's why I chose to make real choices, real change, and to have the weight loss surgery so I wouldn't have to continue to live that way. The reality is, when I was on a cruise to Bermuda, that was what, August of last year, 2012, the 60-year-olds got around better than me. That's fact. That's true. The reality is I walked around with heart palpitations all day long. If you don't know what that means, it means that your heart skips a beat and you can really, literally feel it. That's the same feeling, in case you don't know, that many have said that they felt as they were having a heart attack, minus the pain. Now, I didn't have the pain because I wasn't having a heart attack. But that's that same feeling that you get when you're having a heart attack. Imagine that all day long. That's what I lived. That's what I felt. That is fact. At 30-something years old, 475, I was heading to a grave. I was heading to my children standing over top of a coffin. I was heading to my mom who's ill, disabled, and sick, having to help Chuck make funeral arrangements for me. Yeah, that's what 475 pounds will do and will lead you to. That's what my life was. So when you want to weigh the percentage of the risk of having weight loss surgery and the risk of living 475 pounds and hitting to death, these are things you want to truly evaluate. These are things you truly want to think about. Because these are things that when it's all said and done, that makes a difference. When you really have the true facts and the true percentage of both. Percentage of weight loss surgery patients having complications. It's out there. But what is the percentage of dying at almost 500 pounds? What is the percentage of dying from obesity-related issues? Which one is the most deadliest? Again, we're talking about facts. We're talking about proven studies. We're talking about real medical percentages. And you'll see that not making real change, not making long-term change, and not changing your whole mindset long term is far greater at 475 pounds than it is having weight loss surgery. I'm not saying that there won't be complications. I'm not saying that there won't be risks. But it's 100% risk walking around at 475 like I did. And I hope that this burst thought, ideas. I'm not advocating for everybody to have weight loss surgery. What I am advocating for is to do and to make sure that you do real change. I hope that this speaks to someone, because I am you and you are me. We're not that different. My struggle is your struggle, and I haven't mastered anything. I still have work to do. I have not hit nowhere near my goal. Even though I don't have a set goal in mind, I know I'm not there. But I do know that if it was not for this weight loss surgery, I would be hitting where I was, and that was to death. So on that note, I hope that this speaks to someone, and I hope that this births ideas of change in you. I send this with love. I truly send this with love, and I hope that it's received as such. Blessings.